Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. This is Nate the Great, and we have with us, of course, the incomparable Kendra moderating the chat room, but we also have, what is it, Jazzy James? That's right, yes. Jazzy James is like, I don't know what you call it, interning, helping out. He's chilling with us today.
Yeah, he's awesome. We're ready to go.
Let's go.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean like for weekly activity or something?
Sure, tell us about the weekly activity.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so this week is the bass clef dice, and you just cut out the dice and tape them together so you can test yourself on the bass clef. And tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Clopple.
Yeah, and that's always a tough one because it's the bass clef, and pianists usually don't like doing the bass clef stuff. But it's really super handy, especially once you get to level 3 or higher. So that'll be cool. And of course, we have Clopple with us today, I believe. Hey, buddy. All right, we'll get moving.
And also, really quick, I just want to share that James was in a production of The Lion King, which is super duper cool.
And I saw him, and he was
You're
awesome.
So lucky.
And then I saw him in Beauty and the Beast, and he's just been everywhere. The man is, yeah.
Super talented.
Yes. Cool. I think we need to set up the other keys. So we'll need to do that. It's the yellow icon down below. I don't know if you can grab that one.
Yellow icon.
We'll be right back, and we'll have the
so
keys set up.
confused.
That's all right. I'll show you. Okay. There we go. Well, you need to go practice. I'm hoping that Clapple doesn't take that off my time. I need more time, Clapple. So let's check out our very first note of this song. This song is, first of all, super fast and super long, but it's not that hard. As I was like singing this song, preparing for the lesson, I was like, oh man, what chunk of this should we do? We can't do the whole thing. As it turns out, we can do the whole thing because it's just one chunk that repeats like 4 times. So it's actually pretty short, the stuff that you have to memorize, but the words keep changing as they repeat it. So I'll show you that in just a second. But first, let's get started with our first note. We're going to need to take a group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there. Take the middle note and drag it down just a little bit to the left, like that, and land on a G. You don't have to necessarily know that it's a G, but if you take that group of 3, drag the middle note down, you'll land on a G. That's the one that we're going to start on. And if you do the same thing up here, group of 3, take the middle note, drag it down, any group of 3, you're going to end up on a G, which is the first correct note. So we're going to play 3 of those in a row, as you can tell here. Those 3, you're going to say the words, I'm gonna. We're going to move 1 note to the right. That's that direction, moving up. And that would land you on an A. So far we have I'm gonna be. And then we're going to move not to the next note over, but to the next one after that, which would be a C. And then we're going to skip again from that note up to that note. So again, the first notes that you need are that G, the one that's right next to it, then skipping up, and then skipping up. These are going to be very important notes in this song. So I'm gonna be a mite. Maybe that's all that you practice for this lesson, making sure you get that down with the track. But I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the rest of the notes here. After we get up to that E, we're going to go 1 to the left, and then 1 to the left again. So we've got I'm gonna be a mighty king. Then this last part is pretty much all you need to know for almost all the song. This thing right here, so enemies, that's the same notes you played. G and A and C are going to be our G and A and C. So we play them a different number of times, but it's the same notes. It's those guys right there. So enemies. Last 2 notes you need to know are the one right next to the C and then coming back to the C. So all of that would be I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. We're gonna do the exact same thing, note for note, beat for beat, the exact same thing, I think 4 times. But this time we say, I've never seen a king or beast with quite so little hair. Then we do it again, only this time the words are, I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. And then we do it a 4th time. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my roar. So 4 times in a row, you need that one phrase, which means that one phrase is gonna be really important. It's kind of hard to do, but obviously once you have it down, then you've got a big, long chunk of the song done. Then let me show you, actually, let's try that first with the track. Here we go. And a 2. Just get those first notes, at least those G's in there. It'll go like this. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. And then do it again. I've never seen a king or beast, quite so little hair. And then again, I'm gonna be the main event. It was before. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my roar.
Okay, so this last part here is the only part that's different from this word on. But again, a lot of you may not even get that far, and that's perfectly okay. It does start with the same 3 notes, so G and A and C. Okay, so this will be our last time through First Clapple. Let me show them all of the notes. It's the same notes that you've been playing. This child is getting wildly. So we got a bunch of C's all in a row. That's kind of the weird part of this. Before we were playing a bunch of G's in a row. Now we're gonna go straight up to that C and play a bunch of C's, still jumping up to that E and back down to that C, and then up to D for wing. So that is, this child is getting wildly out of wing. And then, oh, I just can't. That's A and C and E. Can't. And then the highest note of the song, wait. 3 C's at the end, to be king. If you can get those C's at the end, that would be great. So get the notes that you can at the beginning. We'll go one more time through this. At least the beginning G's. So I'm gonna, if you can get that much down, that's cool. By the way, if you mess up on the next part, that's fine, because those 3 G's come back around again 4 times, remember? So if you mess up, then just wait for us to loop back around again and try to catch them the next time. If you miss it that time, that's all right. We're gonna come back 4 times and then at least get these last 3 C's right here. To be king. So your goal is to get all the G's that you can and at least the ending C's. Let's go with the track. I'm going to try all of the notes. Get as much as you can. Don't worry about the rest. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3, go. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. I've never seen a king or beast with quite so little hair. I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my roar. This child is getting wildly out of wing. And here it is. Oh, I just can't wait to be. So hopefully you got some of those G's and the last C's in there. If not, that's fine. We got lots of practice coming later. But first, it's time for Kumbaya or Thumpkin. So here's how it works. I'm going to play you 2 notes. You need to tell me if the beginning notes are the beginning notes of the song. Hopefully you've heard that song before. I don't know. So the first 2 notes, is it the beginning of Kumbaya or is it the beginning of the song Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Okay, so is it that song or is it Kumbaya? Those are your 2 songs. By the way, the Kumbaya one is called a major third. If you're on Clapple Academy level 3 or higher, you're doing the ear training on those intervals, so you already know that's called a major third. And then the other one is called a major second. The Where is Thumpkin song is a second. So is this Kumbaya or is this Thumpkin? But I'm going to go outside of the range. And actually, Kendra, if you want to jump in, and James, you can both play today.
Hello.
You're going to play at home along with them. You're going to try to beat them. Don't tell each other what your answer is. I'm going to play 2 notes. You tell me if it's the beginning of Kumbaya or Thumpkin when I tell you. So here we go. Here are your 2 notes. Playing along at home. You can beat them. Here we go. One more time. Does that sound like the beginning of Kumbaya or Thumpkin? James and Kendra, on the count of 3, tell me what you think. Is it Kumbaya or Thumpkin? 1, 2, 3.
Kumbaya.
James might be cheating, waiting for the answer.
No, I trust him. He's
Okay,
good at this
it
stuff.
was the beginning of Kumbaya. It goes like this. So that was the beginning of Kumbaya. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. This is... What does that sound like to you? At home? Does that sound like the beginning of Kumbaya or Thumpkin? And James and Kendra on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thumpkin.
Ooh, yeah, they were right, actually. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Very nice, very nice. Okay, cool. And then let's do one more of these. This one right here. I'll play this one low. Actually, it sounds like Jaws. But it's not. Actually, Jaws would be like this. But it's not.
Oh,
sorry.
good.
I'm sorry. We're playing this other game. Jamin, stick with the game. Is that Kumbaya or Thumpkin? James and Kendra on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thumb Kid.
Oh, nice. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here. I don't know. That's what it is.
We just went from kids lesson to horror movie. I'm just kidding.
So, on that note, yikes. Okay, that was our feature of the day. I guess it's time to level up.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us. Okay, so here we are on level 2. This is the exact same set of notes, but now it's on the official lines and spaces of the treble clef, and it does look scary this time through because we've got a bunch of these notes right here with these double bars. So this is one bar. That means that note's supposed to be fast, and the other bar right there means extremely fast. So like this one right here, this note has 2 bars on it. That's extremely fast. This one right here only has 1 bar on it. That's just fast. The just fast ones are called 8th notes. The really fast, the extremely fast ones are called 16th notes. If you're in Clapple Academy level 2, I believe, you're already dealing with 16th notes, so you already knew that. By the way, these 2 flags right here mean the same thing as these 2 bars down here. It's literally the exact same thing. They're different for reasons you don't care about. They're literally the same note. All of these other squiggly lines and stuff are just rests, so those are little spots where you take a little tiny break, like after you say where, then you can take that little break for those squiggly lines and those dots and stuff. So I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware, break. I've never seen, so you take those little pauses in there. And before Clapple jumps in, we also have to talk about the swoopy lines. These guys right here are in almost every song that we do at this point. At the beginning, they weren't in many of the songs, but now they're showing up all over the place. That's called a tie. It's just supposed to tie those 2 notes together. So this is one big fat E. There aren't actually 2 E's that you'd play. It's just one big fat E for that whole thing. So anytime you see those swoopy lines, that's trying to tie those 2 notes that it's pointing together. Okay, so let's try playing this thing, and here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. I've never seen a king or beast with quite so little hair. I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my roar. Here we go. This child is getting wildly out of wing. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. I literally just now got it. I knew it was wing because the guy has wings, but it's like this child is getting out of hand. But he doesn't have a hand, he has a wing. I know everyone else in the world. No, this time, Clapple, you're right. I am going too slow because everyone else in the world already knew that, and I'm pausing for my little revelation here. He's getting out of hand, but you can't say hand because he's a bird. He's got a wing. He's getting out of wing, and it rhymes with king. Okay, one more time. Sorry for wasting your time. Everybody playing along. Whatever version you have, play that. Get the notes you can. Don't worry about the rest. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. it. I just can't wait to be king. Sometimes it takes people a little while to get a joke, like a day or two or 30 years. Okay, it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week is from Mama Little Helper. It says, Dear Jamin, how can I learn to play by ear? Okay, so we have a course coming out that has to do with ear training. Also, if you're in Clopple Academy, don't worry about it. You're already getting lots of ear training in there. So that happens automatically. But Clopple Academy has so many other things in it too that, thank you for that, if you just want to do ear training, you shouldn't do Clopple Academy because it's just too much other stuff. Clopple Academy, Clopple Academy, Clopple Academy. Ha! Okay. All right. You win. I'm not going to beat him. He's going to win every time.
This might be one of those jokes that like you don't get for 30 years or something.
So what I would recommend is on all of these games that we're playing, really pay attention to those. Those are really important. Also, there's another link that I'm going to send you to do some ear training stuff. If you get how to play those games, Where's Thumpkin and Kumbaya and all those ones that we do, I can send you a separate one that just works on those things until we finish our ear training course. But I know a lot of people are wanting to work on that and not want to do all the other stuff that's in that one course. Clopple Academy. So yeah, we'll send you that link until we have the other thing prepared for you. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level 3 to understand how this level works.
Okay, so here we go. This is level 3, and here we're going to just add in a little bit of left hand. It's actually not too bad on this one. We just have, I think, 4 notes. It's a C that goes to an F, and then a C. I did give you 2 C's in here, so you're playing a C twice in a row. We usually don't do that, but it's going to sound way better with that second C in there. Back to an F, then a C, and then a D, and then a G, and then an F, and then a G, and then a C. And as you can tell, if you put your hand in this position where your pinky is on C and your thumb is on G, you just go 1 finger per note. Then you have a finger on every single note that you're going to need. So that should set you up pretty well. Let's go ahead and play through this once before we check in with Nate the Great. And let me just point out how we're going to line these up. That C is going to go with that note right there on gun. And then over here, this F is going to go with Nev. So when our right hand plays the note for Nev, then we'll play the F there. This one gets lined up with that one right there. So you can either play it right on hair or right after hair. And this one's lined up with gun. So that's kind of how all those work. They just line up with whatever is above them. This last line is definitely the hardest part. So if you want to skip the left hand for part of it, because you're new to level 3 and you're just trying out some of the notes, skip the last line. The last line is the scariest part on the left hand. But let's try this thing one time through. Here we go. Everybody playing along, whatever version you have. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna be a mighty king. I've never seen a king or beast with quite so little hair. I'm gonna be the main event like no king was before. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my role. This child is getting wildly out of wing. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. It's a laugh of disappointment, really. I'm disappointed in myself. Come on over, Nate the Great. Have a seat. Oh, and your awesome, awesome crown. Let me see if I can get this over your crown. Ta-da! We did it. Okay, so Nate the Great is truly, truly great. He learns these songs really, really fast. So if he knows more notes than you, don't feel bad about that. Here comes the track. On your mark, get set. You can either play along with him or just see how many notes he has. He's not even looking at any music. This is scary. 3, 4. I'm gonna be... This is what he has memorized so far. You are ridiculous. Okay, not bad, not bad. And the same thing again. breaking down, working on my... This child is getting wildly out of... Get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Because of wings? Because of wings? Because it would be out of hand. That's what a thing that people say. But he said wing. Okay. So you got like all of the notes. I guess it's time to add in some left hand or something for you because, you have basically the whole thing. Probably a little bit louder with some more energy in there. But all the notes sound really, really great. So this is where you point at them and say... Level.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
Actually, that's a pretty good point. You should level down while we level up if the stuff that we're trying to do on that level is too hard. Just go back to level 2 or 1 and practice that while we drone on about the next level. This is level 4, though. This is a little bit scary. We're throwing in some chords and stuff, and the left hand is just playing basically the same thing as we did in level 3, but now we're going to repeat it an octave higher. Now, I'm kind of cheating because my hand can reach from a C to a C. If your hand can't reach from a C to a C, that's fine. You can still play this. Even if I only had one finger, I could still go from a C to a C. I'm gonna be the... So I could still do it. So you don't have to be able to reach it. I can, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I know several of you can also, but if you're looking at my hand going, but I can't do that because my hands aren't big enough, your hands will be big enough eventually, and it doesn't matter anyway because you can still do it however big your hand is. If you've got a single finger, you can do it. So the chords that we're going to add in are these chords right here. The C chord goes for a long, long time in this one, actually for this entire line all the way until we hit this F chord, and those are all listed on the following page. The C chord, the F chord, the D minor chord, and the G. So if you want those are there for you, but we're not going to talk too much more about that because we should play this thing. Oh, we do have this little walk down right here. We're going to go, child is getting wildly out. So the bottom note's going to go down there. Wing. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Okay, so with all of that said, let's try throwing in the melody with that left hand. Everybody play along, whatever version you have. Do your version. I'm gonna... Actually, that thing right there is later on in the after level 4B, which is in the key of B or G flat. Yikes, this is a scary key. In the key of G flat because the original was not in the key of C. If you are in level 4 and 4B, you already know what that means. So just know that G flat's kind of a scary key. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm trying, Pablo. A little more difficult than normal, and also if we go past level 5, we have the bonus stuff, which is that in the key of C, or if you're playing in level 4B, we also have it in the key of G flat right here. So you can play that little thing too, because that's a fun thing to do. But we're going back to level 4. I'm going to try to throw in chord tones this time, since Clapple is saying that this needs to be our last time through. I'll just try to throw in everything that I can. Oh, also you might have noticed that I doubled up on this thing right here. So I played one of those also right here, because I felt like, it needed a little bit more in there. Let's try this thing. Here we go. Everybody play in your version. Whatever you got, play that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm good. Oops. It's a little hair. don't know if you get that. I could explain that joke to you later if you want. Oh, I just can't wait to be. All right. Cool. So there's actually a lot going on in this song because of the whole swung straight thing. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's kind of secret information.
Secret information.
Okay, so here we go. Here's our secret information for this week. Our top secret folder says, when E is the highest note in a phrase, you can often play an E flat instead. Shh, don't tell anyone. So that would come in on this song, like right here. We have this note right here. This is an E. That's the highest note in this phrase out of the whole thing. This child is getting wildly out of hand. Or, oh, I just can't, that whole thing. You can play an E flat on any of those. It's going to sound a little bit bluesier, grittier, darker, meaner, something like that. But I like on a song like this, because they have that part in the song. It's frustrating to me because like he says, working on my rawr, right? And we don't have a button for rawr. So we just kind of like have to play a note, right? So we don't have that, but we do have this E flat thing that we can do. So we can go, this child is getting wildly out of wing. That kind of sounds cool. And the next one sounds even better. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. So if you've got some phrase and like E is the highest note, and when you're in the key of C, like we usually are on these lower levels, then if you have an E, you can try out an E flat instead, and it might have a little bit of extra oomph there for you. But there's more in this folder than just that. Let's see here. Oh, so this is that thing that I was talking about before. No one needs to know this except for you and me if you're in a really high level of that one academy. But on this song, we have this whole like swung and straight thing. So straight eighths are supposed to be like this. Da, 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 right? And then swung eighths are like da, 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 da. So they're like, it has like that gallopy feel. On this song, if you check out the very, very first page, it says that this song is straight. Right there, the feel is straight. That's kind of a lie because on this song, all of the eighths are straight, but the 16ths, the one that go in between the extremely fast notes, the 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, those are all swung. So the song overall, like you'd have to say, if you're just counting the eighths, yeah, it's a straight song. But if you count up the 16th notes, the ones that are in between, then it definitely sounds like a swung song. So is this swung or is it straight? It just depends on what you're counting with. There's one more thing left in this folder though. Oh, yeah, this one actually is a secret that probably Disney doesn't want you to know. But if I play that beginning thing or the interlude thing, that sounds like our song. But check this out. That's Under the Sea. We're actually doing that song in a few weeks. So it's like the same exact lick that they use for both of them. One of them's Under the Sea and one of them's supposed to be, I guess, the jungle or rainforest or wherever Lion King plays. It's the same exact thing pretty much. Anyway, don't tell anyone. That was all the secret information. It's time to level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk about... I've got a terrible feeling that my nose is upside down. I'm not going to check. I think it is, though. This is level 5. We're going to play this through one time before we check in with Nate the Great, and we'll see here what we can do. We're in the key of G flat like we talked about before, so that means that in level 5, usually what we do is we take C and we turn it into number 1, so that it looks a little something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and then we play through all the numbers just like that. 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. But if you try to play that along with the Lion King, it's not going to sound right because they're actually in the key of G flat, where G flat is number 1, and it all looks like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And so we can play the exact same numbers in the key of G flat. 5, 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. That would actually go along with the original Lion King soundtrack. So if you're wanting to play along with the soundtrack, you're gonna have to move over to the key of G flat. And I think the newest one, like the soundtrack for the one that's coming out, is in the key of G, but it might be in the key of F. But if you've been with us very long, you've got the charts for both G and F. So anyway, and if you're in level 5, you can pretty much move it around to any key you want anyway. So let's go back to the key of C though, where this is number 1, so everyone can play along with us. And whatever version you're playing, just play all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest. There's plenty of practice time. But everybody playing along, I'm going to try to call out the numbers as we go, and then we'll check in with Nate the Great. Here we go. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. 5, 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. 5, 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 1. 5, 6, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2. 6, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 1. I know that's the wrong one, but I find it hilarious. Kind of like if someone were to make a joke about their wing. All right, come on over, Nate. Okay, sir. You ready? Of course you're ready. All right, he was born ready. So you can either play along with him and see if you can get more notes right than him. Oh, yikes. Not likely. I don't even know if I could win that competition. But you see if you can get as many notes as him, or you can just watch him and see how much he's added since last time. Ready, set. 2. And a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Nice and loud. Push it out. There we go. This child is getting wildly out of... I'll explain it to you later. Oh, I just can't wait to be here. Yeah, very nice, sir. Okay, that did not seem very insane. I think we should probably try the insanity level. What do you think? All right, let's try it.
Now transitioning to the insanity level. Please proceed with caution. If you feel queasy, please sit upright and breathe deeply. Your life is in your own hands at this point. Good luck, young prodigy.
Because it's a wing. It's a wing. It's not a hand. Okay, so in the insanity level, you can just play along with us. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get the melody in. It's way too fast for anyone to play. But we're going to just play. Make sure that you end on a C, and end on a C, and then play any white note that you want. Those are the 2 rules. At home, make sure you end on a C, play any white note that you want. The track's gonna be crazy fast. Here we go. Ready, set, everybody play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna be ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Everybody at home, ending on a C. That's pretty fast. Nice. Okay. Well, if you played any of those right notes, then maybe you won the $10 gift card. Let's find out if it was you. Okay, thank you all for joining us. Thank you to Nate the Great, of course, and Jazzy James for helping us out over there, and the incomparable Kendra. And who's our chat winner today? Acom, way to go. Next week is the Music Lessons in a Box featured song. We're doing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. It's going to be a ton of fun. You should be getting your costumes in the mail any day now. Love you. See you next time. Bye.
Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you, and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidlearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Clopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.